Hey folks, welcome back to the channel.
Hello.
So today I am making a dragon tray.
Oh, you know.
I am. It's there, right there.
Well, it
So
looks like you've already started
now, yes, what happened was I pressed record, but there was a
it.
technical issue in that my phone was full because I thought I was deleting it off my phone and I wasn't. I was just putting it in a recycle bin.
No.
So after a little technical assistance
From IT support.
from IT support,
Yeah.
normal procedures resumed. So luckily I'd only brushed 3 brush strokes. So, it was all good.
Yeah.
Now, this is a deep red mica. Now, it is actually a magnetic mica. Now, clearly I am a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Stupid. Because I've never actually successfully managed to get a really cool magnetic effect. So
Is that where you put it in the resin and
yeah,
you actually get a magnet and move it
yeah,
around?
I've got the right magnet. I've got all of that. I just don't have the capability. So what I did is I gave up. I thought,
Okay.
you know what? I ain't got no, my life is too short for this. So I gave up. And I like the colour, so I just use it as a regular mica. No magnets around.
How magnetic is it?
Well, in my experience, not very, because I can't get it to work. But
I mean,
it's
could you stick a magnet onto that now?
no, because that's a screen
Oh
and it
yeah.
won't do anything.
Yeah. Well, it would do.
Well, it would. It would result in you shouting at me. But going back to my original thing, so I just use that as a regular red mica, and it's a nice red. I quite like it.
Yeah.
Then what I thought I'd do is with the actual dragon shape bit. It's very technical terms here.
I know,
The
yeah, yeah.
dragon shapey bit.
Yeah.
I thought I'm going to make that golden. So
Okay.
that's what I did, and that is just the last dregs of a gold mica that I bought from Resin Supplies Den.
Oh, okay.
Um,
So that's one we've had for
I've had
over a
that.
year.
Yeah, I've had that for ages,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I literally got it and hardly used it. But
It's a nice gold though.
it's a really nice gold. But I have actually I've bought a set from Lettuce Resin of the metallic colours.
Yeah.
But I've decided I'm going to exercise a modicum of control,
Okay.
and I'm not going to use them until all of the original metallics have gone.
But they last forever.
Mm, no.
Well, we've had that one for over a year and it's
Yeah.
still got quite a bit in there.
No, because
So
it's inevitable that I'll spill it, or something will happen.
by accident, in air
Don't do
quotes.
not worry. That will be gone soon. Anyway,
Uh-huh.
that doesn't affect you in any way because it sits on my little super safe shelf there
Yeah.
with all my other super safe colours.
Well, no, because I know where they are.
Yeah, but you have
Or are you saying that they're super safe because you can see them all the
they're
time and
right
you
in
know
front
where
of
they
me.
are?
Yeah, they're right in front of me.
So at some point you'll see a little bag of googly eyes on that shelf.
It's possible. It's very possible actually because we bought some more.
We bought
3 bags.
3 bags just to be sure.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm going to put them in 3 different places. So there is.
And are you going to document where these places are?
Oh yeah, and put big arrows pointing to them. Anyway, I finished with the gold, and then I wanted the red to sort of go up. Now it's quite an intricate bit of the mold because I wanted gold on the outside, but red
On its head.
red more on the inside.
Yeah.
So I mixed in a little bit of IPA to go with.
Isopropyl.
Yeah, I can't say that word, so I'm just saying IPA now. It's like a little tongue twister for me. I struggle with it, so it's IPA. Okay,
Or isopropyl alcohol.
that's the one. That's the badger.
That's the badger.
So I mixed it in a little bit, so then you can just paint it on that little bit easier.
Yeah, because it goes into the
little
intricate bits.
the
and
little
it's-
crevices.
yeah, the nooks and
The
crannies.
nooks and the crannies.
Yeah.
And then I mixed up some black resin, and I very carefully, or as carefully as I'm capable of doing, added it to the frame of the mould,
I was
because
actually quite impressed with your pouring on
Yeah.
this bit because
give it a moment or two. Just wait. You speak too soon. I think we all know what's going to happen any moment.
you're
There
gonna
we go.
spill it.
There we go. See, there you go. See,
Did you put too much in?
there was, it basically overflowed a little bit, but it's okay. It's fine. I can cope with this. I am used to this sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Catastrophe. I am
Creative chaos.
creative chaos. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I am adept at dealing with it.
Uh-huh.
So I tidied it up a bit, and then tidied it up a bit more, and there was a lot of tidying up going on. I can assure you. The reason being, I specifically do not want the tray part of the tray to have any colour on it, and all will be revealed.
Ooh.
I know. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
You should go ooh with a little bit
I
more
did.
excitement. No, I don't feel there was enough excitement there.
What you forget is that I edited this video, so I know what's coming.
Can you not edit it with your eyes shut?
I'll give that a go. Yeah. What? Right. Watch out for
I'm
the
going
next-
to do a voiceover with my eyes shut, so why can't you do an editing with your eyes
That
shut?
is going to be a very interesting voiceover.
It is indeed.
Episode 100.
Yep.
Spider Clan.
Oh. Anyway, so what I then did is I took some red gold mica, so not the one that I used on the outside of the tray. It's a slightly different colour.
Oh yeah, as you can see in that pot.
As you cannot see in the pot. I did hold the thingy up.
Yeah.
So everyone could see it.
Yeah.
But, no one's going to buy it. They're not, they're not. Anyway, that's besides the point. To that, I added a little bit of diamond red, which is the little fine bits of mica, but with a red hue to it. Really pretty. Really pretty. Yeah, I was proper out of shot, wasn't I?
Yeah.
This is a pro. But to be in my defense, I was rushing it because I had that big pot of resin, and what I should have done was put my colours in before I mixed my resin, because if you put mica in after, it just goes woof,
woof,
woof, poof, poof or woof, whichever one you like. But it does that, and it annoys me. So I don't. I try to add the mica in first. Sometimes.
You mean when you put the mica into the resin instead of the resin into the mica?
Yeah, it goes poof. And then you get
I've
a little.
never heard that noise, so I'm going to have a go now and see.
Honestly, you trust me. You have to listen really carefully. You almost have to have my hearing to hear it. Yeah,
Right.
It's true. Anyway, I digress.
Or you need to be a little bit crazy.
Well, hello. Let's look at my life partner. It helps. So.
What do you mean? That's a redeeming quality.
What, being crazy? I know. Right. So I mixed up the mica, and I mixed up the cherry red alcohol.
That looks like a little pot of blood.
No, it doesn't. Only you would see that. Only you look at that and go blood. I look at that and go cherry red.
I'm looking
beautiful
at that.
colour.
I'm looking at that, and I'm seeing that on the left.
No, look at this though. Look at this for scale. Watch. Watch. There we go. Human-powered dual resin and mixing technology. Patent pending. I'm not going to lie. I actually forgot I was recording at this point. I was like, I want to make sure that mica is proper mixed up. So then I left the mica for a moment or two and added a bit more of the diamond. I didn't add the diamond. I already added that. I added some magic. It's called Magic Red.
If you had it
But
in
it's
shot, you'd
basically-
be able to see it.
It's an No, you wouldn't, because it's just a plain pot. It's an interference powder because I wanted it to have a bit more of a.
You wanted it to interfere with the blood.
I wanted it to interfere with the blood. Yes, that's exactly what I wanted. You're just wrong on so many levels.
Why? You're the one that mixed a pot of blood.
Anyway, it's not. Will you stop saying that? Honestly. So I made sure they were really well mixed.
I could see that.
And then
a little bit anyway.
Then I added the cherry red to the tray. And that it is such a beautiful colour. It is, honestly. I love that colour. You like it because it looks like blood.
Yeah.
I like it because it's just a nice colour. It looks like cherries. Anyway, I added that and I scraped the cup to within an inch of its life.
You did?
Well, yeah. I'm not wasting resin. It's expensive. Every drop is sacred. And I made sure every drop went in.
You did?
I did. And then gave the mica another mix. Just to make sure.
Does it sink? Or does it just float around?
No, it doesn't sink, but I like to be sure. If you leave it for a little bit, what happens is any unmixed mica will actually rise to the top of the pot. So I can only surmise that at the point I picked up the pot, there was a little bit of unmixed mica.
Surmise?
Yeah? What's wrong with that? What is wrong with that? Oh, I'm sorry. Do I use the English language?
Yeah, stop using big words.
Surmise is not a big word.
You're confused, Gert.
Oh, stop it. That's not nice. I do apologise, Gert, if you're watching.
Yeah.
So I then added the mica to the top.
Yep.
And my hope was that it would jiggle around and create an effect.
Jiggle around
and create an effect.
Okay. What sort of effect?
Well, glad you ask. I was hoping for like a crackle effect.
Okay.
Because I thought the crackle effect looks a little bit like
dragon scales.
Like dragon scales.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I added a little bit more of the red, but I added the colour that I used on the border of the tray.
Oh, the metallic.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
So
the magnetic one.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's a darker red. So I've got the cherry red alcohol dye.
Yeah.
I've got the
mica.
No, it's not alcohol dye. It's not alcohol. Acrylic dye. Then I've got the gold red mica.
Yeah.
And then it's the magnetic mica on top.
Okay.
And then I crossed my fingers.
Yeah.
And my toes.
That the overpour on the bottom left-hand corner wouldn't run over onto the desk.
That the effect would be what I was hoping for.
That's what I meant.
It's not overpour. If you look, I think you'll find that levelling board is not quite level. But at this point, it was too late to do anything about it because there ain't nothing that was moving that tray. Like nothing. So this is the day later.
Yeah.
And it's time for the demould.
It is.
I was quite nervous demoulding this, if I'm honest.
It still looks a bit bendy there.
Well, I was impatient too. Nothing wrong with that.
No.
Bit of impatience.
Yeah.
Fine. So yeah, there is a bit of an overpour, but that's nothing. A bit of what do you call it? Deburring and bit of sandpaper won't salt.
That's cool.
So yeah, there he is. And the crackle I thought came out quite.
That's
quite.
Really
I was genuinely quite pleased with it.
Yeah.
There's a couple of bits that I think could be a bit better, and that is the overpour, obviously, but you can just see there's a bit of gold there.
Yeah.
Off of the
bit of leakage.
Yeah, but on the whole, I was genuinely quite pleased.
No, I think that looks really cool.
I was really happy with it, and that was my first attempt at doing that in that style tray. So there we go. There's some glamour shots for you.
Yeah.
If you're still here with us at this point, I would like to say thank you very much for watching us.
Yeah.
Do feel free to leave a little like if you're in tune with our creative chaos.
Yeah, and while you're down there, give that subscribe little tickle if you haven't already. And if you have,
thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And hopefully we will see you in the next one.
Yeah.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.